All right, today we're going to be architects. But we're not talking about buildings made of brick and mortar. No, we're digging into the blueprint of thought itself, the one human faculty that's pretty much built our entire world. We're going to explore the architecture of reasoning.
You know, it's a huge question, right? We see all this incredible intelligence in the animal kingdom. But is their cleverness the same as what we do when we think? What really sets the human mind apart from everything else?
Well, when you try to nail down that one thing, that special spark, the answer almost always circles back to this one faculty, reasoning. It's the engine behind our science, our art, our societies, the whole shebang. And to really get it, we first have to understand what it isn't.
And that leads us right into a classic study involving some very, very clever apes. See, the work of a guy named Wolfgang Kohler doesn't just show us how smart animals can be, it gets right to the heart of what makes human thought so different.
So the setup was just beautifully simple. Kohler would put a banana just outside an ape's enclosure, far enough away that it couldn't just grab it. It's a really straightforward challenge, right? It's all about seeing what the ape does next.
So what happened? Well, the apes tried everything. I mean, they'd reach, they'd jump, they'd get frustrated, but then eventually, one of them might accidentally knock a stick closer, pick it up, and figure out it could use it to drag the banana in. It's all about just stumbling on a solution through trial and error.
And look, this is a brilliant display of their intelligence. They solved the problem. And not only that, but the next time they faced the same puzzle, they remembered the stick trick. They learned. So case closed, right? Apes can reason? Well, not so fast.
And this right here is the big twist. This experiment is, without a doubt, evidence of animal intelligence. But as the research points out, it is not evidence that apes can reason. And that one little distinction, it changes absolutely everything.
Okay, so if that whole thing with the stick wasn't reasoning, then what is? This is where we break down that crucial difference, comparing the mental process of the ape to what goes on inside a human's head.
When you put them side by side like this, the difference becomes crystal clear. The ape's path is reactive. It sees a problem, tries a bunch of random stuff, and when something accidentally works, it gets stored in memory. But the human path is proactive. It starts with just observing, which leads to a logical conclusion, which then tells us what action to take. You see, the really crucial thing is what's happening on the inside. As far as we can tell, the ape isn't having this kind of internal monologue. A human would think, okay, fact 1, that banana is too far. Fact 2, my arm is too short. Therefore, I need a tool to make my arm longer. It's all about that little word, therefore. That is the spark of reasoning.
All right, so we've seen what it isn't, and we've seen the difference in action. So now, let's lock in the official definition, the actual blueprint for this incredible mental architecture we all have.
And there it is. Reasoning isn't just about knowing things. It's the process of taking what you already know and using it to build something totally new. A new piece of knowledge, a fresh understanding. It's about connecting the dots to see a picture that wasn't there before.
We can actually break this really powerful process into 3 simple steps. First, you start with what you know, the facts on the ground. Step 2, you figure out the consequences. That's your therefore moment. And third, you use that new insight to actually form a judgment or make a decision with confidence.
And really, that's what it means to be rational. It's not about just being smart, it's about deliberately applying this architecture of reasoning to your thoughts. It's what allows you to move from being uncertain about something to feeling confident in your conclusions.
So why does any of this matter outside of a psychology lab? Well, because this isn't just about apes and bananas. This is about a tool that every single one of us has. You are the architect of your own understanding.
So the real takeaway here isn't just to have a cool definition to throw around. It's way more empowering than that. The goal is to get better at using this process, to improve your confidence in your own ability to think clearly, to solve problems, and to build new knowledge for yourself.
So I want to leave you with this thought. This incredible capacity for reasoning, this architecture for building knowledge, it's inside you right now. You have the blueprint. The only question is, what are you going to build with it?